Well, hello and good morning, and welcome to Affirmations with Lucille. Today is day 40 of 90 Days of Affirmations with me, and I have 3 affirmations for you today. The first, of course, is going to always be our anchor affirmation for the week, and today it is, I hold space for both my joy and my pain. Both have shaped me. Number 2, I am allowed to feel deeply. And lastly, number 3, I give my desires to God so that He may satisfy them in His timing and by His methods. So diving right into those affirmations for today, the first being our anchor affirmation for the week, I want us to think about how we're making space, right? So as I've been developing this particular affirmation and really leaning into it and letting it rest in my spirit and understanding what it means for me, when I say I'm going to hold space for something, that means that no matter how big or how small it is, I'm going to make room for it, right? And so that ultimately led to my next affirmation. Because when you think about emotions, they can come big or small. And you want to make sure that you're allowing yourself to feel those emotions. And so, for my second affirmation for today, I am allowed to feel deeply. So, as humans and living this human experience, there comes a time where you're just going to have really large emotions. And sometimes people may tell you to stifle those emotions, to push them down, to not allow them to kind of creep up and stop your day. But I'm here to tell you that you are allowed to feel deeply, right? You are allowed to take a moment to really lean into the deep feelings that you're having, whether they're anger, whether it's rage, whether it is sadness, longing, or anything like that. Just because you're feeling them, though, doesn't mean that you need to act on them. What I'm simply saying is that you are allowed to feel them, to acknowledge them, and to take a moment to yourself to embrace those emotions, right? So let's remember that on today. And then lastly, I give my desires to God so that He may satisfy them in His timing and by His methods. This is going to be my Bible-based affirmation for today, and it's coming from Philippians chapter 4, verse 11, from the New International Version of the Bible, and it reads, I am not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do everything through Him who strengthens me. So I took from that to basically mean to me that in any circumstances that I'm in, that I need to be content and be thankful to God. That doesn't mean that I'm not to strive or to do better. However, God has given me this day, right? He's given me the position that I am in, good or bad, right? And I need to always remember that my desires, right, are going to be, for one, I want them to be in His will. But two, if I give them to God, God's going to take care of it. He's going to handle it in any way and only way that He knows how. And so, being transparent, I had a very human moment yesterday. And I found myself being envious of someone. And I really had to self-reflect on that and determine why I was feeling that way. And I've come to the conclusion that I've had some very selfish desires of my flesh. And I need to really allow God to enter my heart, to prick my heart, and to make my desires such that they are of His will. But not only that, but to give Him my desires and to release any expectations of how that might come to me or when it might come to me, right? So what about you? Are you struggling with anything? Have you been longing for something or wanting something? And maybe you might see someone else may have acquired it, or maybe trying to compare yourself to someone else, or thinking that your timing is not the right timing. I'm here to tell you that God's plan is perfect timing. So just be patient and really give your desires to God and allow Him to work and to move on that thing. So really quickly, let's go back through those 3 affirmations. The first, I hold space for both my joy and my pain. Both have shaped me. Number 2, I am allowed to feel deeply. And lastly, number 3, I give my desires to God so that He may satisfy them in His timing and by His methods. Okay. Well, listen, y'all sound amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope that these affirmations have been a blessing to you. Now, I know you like this content. You better click the like, subscribe button and just come back and see me next time. All right. Look forward to seeing you later. Y'all be blessed.